matchup of the year. Mohamed Light and Ian, let's go.
We're into game one, both players locked in. Good luck from both players, and a wall breaker's in the back from Mo. I really like this play.
Not a huge surprise. Mohamed has opened with this a few times. Royal Giant is the show for Ian.
Yeah, and Mo's just going back to his bread and butter, his comfort. He won 4 20-win challenges on 4 different accounts with this Minor Poison Ice Wiz control variation.
Are you surprised to see him go here again, though, given that we essentially just had that same conversation?
You know, I'm not. I think that no matter what, you know, if you take a loss with your best deck, it's still your best deck, and you can take what you learned previously and kind of apply it into this game.
Ability does put a little bit of damage onto that Royal Ghost. Mighty Miner will finish off the Fisherman. First minute away, and just a little bit of chip both directions.
It's really interesting to see the Firecracker variation from Ian with the Royal Giant. I think it could be good, just apply some pressure, and it's going to help versus the Goblin Hunts as well.
Big connection for Mohamed. Now opens up the scoring.
Yeah, another thing to think about once again is what spell do you choose with your Royal Giant deck? In this sort of situation, I think a Fireball is a little bit. Wait, he's not. Wait, is he using
Mega Knight
Hog? I'm not sure.
What a fascinating choice. The MK here.
I kind of like it though. The Mega Knight historically does really, really well versus these ship type decks, able to defend and counter push with that big 7 elixir card. Wait!
And another connection for Mohamed.
Oh my goodness, not only getting damage on tower, but also taking out the Firecracker, preventing the counter push. Ian is really showing to start a little bit of his nerves.
We have not seen a ton of Mega Knight here. You see Ian with the oh no goblin emote.
Classic Ian trying to get into his opponent's head. I talked to a few players, a lot of them are saying that they always mute emotes when going against Ian, just to try to prevent that sort of mind games.
Wall breakers don't get through this time. Evo Mega Knight not able to take care of the hut. And now Mohamed Light starting to put on the pressure.
Evo breakers coming in from Mo on the left-hand lane. No Barbaro and Cycle. That's double Evo wall breaker connection. Oh my goodness.
Double hut down. Regular Mega Knight into a Mighty Miner.
I really like the use of the Goblin Hut to pull the Fisherman in to allow the Mighty Miner to do work on those Mega Knights, but here comes the Evo.
And now Royal Giant behind.
Mighty Miner to try and clean up. Fisherman's not there, and Ian calls good game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, what an absolute shutdown defense that was. You have the hut obviously is causing so much trouble for Ian. But then you have the Evo Skellies just completely devastating all of that push. And Ian knows that it's going to take a miracle to get game number 1.
Mega Knight built up in the back once again, but the Barb does get one hit. I wonder if Ian needs to get either 2 Royal Giants or maybe even 2 Mega Knights on the board and triple elixir to make this happen.
And he's still eating wall breakers.
Really nice Mighty ability. Kind of just preventing damage to the right, but also cleaning up the ghost on the left at the same exact time.
And just the hardest thing for Ian here is the dual lane pressure has been unrelenting.
Yeah.
And he's had no real way to control this game in both the left and right side.
And that is what the change to the 3-card cycle is about. You know, it hurts Hog sometimes, but being able to have, oh my gosh, with the wall breakers, but being able to have multiple Mighties on the board to defend is huge.
2 Mega Knights down, Evo Royal Ghost as well. RG on the right-hand side.
This might be it.
There's a lot on the board here. Ian might have to ignore the Miner and just go after it. E-Spirit to hit. Will the Royal Giant turn around? Mega Knight all over the place. 48 HP. Lightning in. Can the Royal Giant do it in time? Can the Royal Giant do enough? It's not going to happen. Poison down. Mohamed Light wins game number 1.
Wow. I mean, when I saw the double Mega Knight, I was like, this is what I was talking about. The double Mega Knight push with the Evo Ghost and Cycle. Ian did everything in his power in order to curate the perfect attack in order to try and break through Mo's stone wall defenses, but it simply wasn't enough. The damage lead, the damage disparity was far too wide in order to make it happen.
The Lightning just trying to open things up, couldn't get it done. And now Ian facing elimination, and now you have to wonder if this is where those nerves start to set in. This is that moment that you dream about, right? You're up against the two-time at World Finals. This is a put up or shut up moment for Ian.
Yeah, and looking at the decks here, we just see once again this version of Miner focusing on Evo Skeleton instead of Evo Ghost just for full defensive capabilities. He did it really well of utilizing his Goblin Huts to pull in Fisherman's, stacking multiple of them on the board to try to prevent a lightning value. And then once again, the Ice Wizard is just such a menace to slow all these pushes down.
One of the piece too is that this version now leaves Evo Royal Ghost open for Mohamed. And we know how devastating that can be. That card almost just won the matchup for Ian here. So that little change, those 1 or 2 card changes, don't just make the composition of that one moment shift, but they also do that same thing to the entire duel.
Yeah, that is a great call. I mean, the Royal Ghost Evo, it's so strong defensively, and as you saw from Ian trying to counter push with that as well, I really like that call from you, Rich, because you're so right. You always need to be thinking about not just this game, but the future of the best of 3 as well.
Well, now we have this thing we were talking about with Josh last game about sort of the rhythm of these duels is 2 beatdowns, 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 1 beatdown. That's the big question here. Now with his back to the wall, does Ian revert to playing cycle? And you have to imagine that Mo might try to cover.
Yeah, I mean, Mo and his coach Allen always covering those important decks. We've seen Ian do really well with Hog Earthquake this day of the CRL. I think that he's starting to really start to lead in the comfort. The problem is I just don't even know if that's possible going against the best player in the world.
Well, looks like their decks are just about ready. Let's jump into it. Game 2 of Ian and Mohamed Light.
We see a good luck from Ian. He's got the Cannoneer Tower. Most likely either going to be Mortar or Hyperbait, based on my knowledge. And he's got a gang, so really could be open to either.
So Ian going cycle as maybe we thought. Question is, what do Mohamed Light and Allen have ready for it?
Firecracker guards. Going to be either Hog or Royal Giant paired with that Firecracker. Skeleton Barrel from Ian. E-Spirit is in the deck here. Wow.
And the Ghost. That's what we just talked about, right? Ghost not played in that previous deck as it normally would be, available and in use here.
Log going to come through, kind of protect the Electro Wizard, force Mohamed Light to spend more elixir, or decide to take a hit. Mo's not too worried to take a hit on the right-hand side because he's already taken damage to the left, kind of letting Ian split up the damage to try and conserve that elixir advantage.
What do you think Ian's looking for with the E-Wiz pick here?
You know, I think it's good versus bait. Obviously, any sort of Mighty Miner or Inferno Dragon deck, it's going to be great for. But ever since they buffed Electro Wizard, it's actually a lot stronger than people realize. And obviously, kind of using it as a secondary spell on defense can be super important.
Here we go. Hog in, E-Wiz high. And this is going to shut down this Hog with no hits. Ian's starting to open up some damage here.
Yeah, both players kind of feeling each other out, trying to figure out what's good. Ian's tower definitely starting with a little bit less HP overall and a little bit of a lead, but Mo is always taking that sort of thing into account.
Hog in, high mortar.
I wonder if Cannoneer can shut this down. He's not sure, so he drops the Electro Wizard. Evo Ghost on the board. Can he protect that in order to get the counter push? Doesn't look like it.
The E-Wiz does a good job, though. Here we go. Fireball in, skeletons all over, Log comes down.
I'm trying to figure out what Mo's last card is. Obviously, it could be Earthquake. but he didn't use lightning previously. So that lightning could be a difference maker, although I think he'd much rather earthquake for the mortar and for the goblin gang.
Little splash on that tower from the firecracker. Skeleton barrel opposite lane from Ian. Getting closer to sudden death overtime, and at the moment, things fairly close, about 100 HP separating on the right-hand lane.
A lot of pressure in the right-hand lane to try and punish that 6 elixir card of the boss bandit in the back. And this actually forces Ian to use a defensive Evo Mortar. That's definitely going to give Mo an edge to continue to attack and not have to worry about that on offense.
And Evo Ghost right onto the boss bandit, but Ghost gone.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about mini metas in Clash Royale League. I mean, we really don't see much of boss bandit in the normal game, but the boss bandit has really shown up to be very powerful in this tournament.
And the combination of the Cannoneer and the King Tower able to work together and support these troops, doing a good job so far as Ian from keeping these hogs from connecting.
Will the Ghost clutch up? It does, and the log will drop as well, but Ian does continue his advantage, getting that Evo Skeleton Barrel drop on tower.
Some chip damage there Ian didn't want to take. Goes mortar opposite lane again. Hog down.
Pre-log?
And that pre-log is huge.
Wow.
Huge hits from
cycle. This might be Ian's chance to make it to game 3.
Mortar cannot connect. Lightning in the clear.
Lightning really cleans up and gets damage on the Princess Tower. Sorry, the Cannoneer Tower on the right.
1483, 1694. This battle has become about the right-hand side. Fireball cycle puts this within 4. Log takes the lead for Ian.
Tesla does pull the skeleton. The fireball is in, but the lightning goes as well.
Fireball trying to create the connection here. Is there a mortar? Is there an E-Wiz? Can he stop it? Oh my word! Mohamed Light holds on and wins it by 42 HP.